Hey guys, have you ever been somewhere or participated in an event or something that you were really excited about, but then left the event completely disappointed? That happened to me today. I went to a Pilates Restore class at the Pilates gym that I'm a member of. And today's teacher was a teacher who she's not my favorite teacher there. And I have never really been able to put my finger on why that is until this morning. So it's because she's not present. She always says, good, good. Like she'll give us an exercise to do, and then she says, good, good. But she says it she's very absent-minded about it because she's not even looking at us. She's not looking at what we're doing. She's like walking around and she seems a million miles away. So it feels kind of rehearsed, kind of like when you're shushing a baby so that the baby will stop crying and go to sleep. You're not really thinking about what you're saying or doing. You're just going, shh, 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 shh. So her mind seems to wander. And it just seems like it's always on other things, like it's focused on other things. And this is a restore class. That's the actual name of the class, and that's what I paid for. There's a lot of stretching in this class, and at the very end, there's this integration time when you're supposed to be breathing, like breathing through everything that you've just moved through your body. And this teacher is like, she's walking around trying to get set up for the next class. She's putting away weights. She's resetting the reformers that weren't used in the class. It's just making a lot of noise and moving things around while all of the students are lying there trying to breathe and integrate and be at peace and in the moment. But she's already in the next class, getting set up for the next class. That's where her energy is. And I think the part that really annoyed me the most this morning is we wear these little grippy socks. So just socks that have like little grippies on them so your feet don't slip off of the reformer. And as she's walking around on the floor, the socks are going grip, 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 grip. And I just laid there and I found myself getting more and more and more annoyed because that is not relaxing or restorative. And so I drove home aggravated, and it really made me think on this drive about how we show up for our clients and for the people in our personal lives. Because whether we realize it or not, our energy is part of our service. If someone is paying you or trusting you or even just sharing space with you, they are experiencing more than just your words or your deliverables. They are experiencing your presence or your absence. And especially if someone is paying you, they're depending on you to be there, not distracted, not checked out, not already in the next class, and not bringing some weird energy into the space. And so on my drive home, I was thinking about like how many times have I walked into a session or hopped on a Zoom call feeling distracted or stressed out, bringing something into that space with me when the person on the other side needed me to be focused on them. They needed me to be present and listening and actually tuned in to what they need. And so this is something that I'm working on too, because I know that your energy walks into the room before you do. Your energy is apparent before you say a single word. And it doesn't matter if you're the leader of the space or if you're participating in it as a student or a client or whatever. We are constantly interacting with each other's nervous systems. And that means that your calm can regulate a room, your chaos can disrupt it. Your presence can ground someone. Your absence can leave them unsettled, even if nothing is said out loud. Right? So if you show up scattered or rushed or irritated, about something that just happened or something that's ongoing in your life outside of this present moment, that gets felt by everyone in the room. And if you show up grounded, present, and intentional, that gets felt too. So I had really been looking forward to that class. It's been a long week. I really wanted to feel rejuvenated and relaxed and refreshed when I left there. But instead, like I said, I ended up leaving feeling irritated, like my energy was off. And, I felt worse than I did when I had arrived at the class. And then I had to go recalibrate myself in order to get back on track for everything that followed today that I needed to do. So I just think as business owners and as service providers and as humans, we need to be more mindful of what we're bringing into the spaces we walk into, because people are coming to you for something, whether that's support or clarity or healing or guidance or stability of some kind. And you have to be all of those things within yourself before you can be them for someone else, right? So I'm going to start doing, there are so many times when I am rushing into a meeting because I packed my day too full and I don't have enough time to take a breather between the things. And so I'm going to stop doing that. And I go through these phases every now and then where I'm like, I'm going to give myself a 15-minute buffer between, but I think what I should do is maybe schedule a 30-minute buffer between things, because then maybe I'll actually give myself the 15 minutes. And so I'm going to start doing an exercise. And there's so many different things that we can do for ourselves to come back to center, to come back to the present moment before we head into the next thing with the person on the other side, right? So I'm going to give you guys just a little exercise that you can do before your next meeting or your next call or your next class, or even, before you sit down to write an important email. You're going to pause. And if you can, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into the space right now? Is it supportive? Or is it something that I need to clear? And if you're someone who doesn't do well with closing your eyes and asking yourself questions like that, but you are able to feel energy in your body, and you do better to clear it physically, then do that. You can do brushing strokes on your arms and your legs and your trunk, gently moving everything towards your heart, getting your blood flowing. You can shake your whole body out. If you think about animals, when they get into a fight or something stresses them out, when it's over, they shake it off. That's their nervous system reset. And we can do that too. So if that serves you better, then do that. Sometimes humming or singing or screaming will do the trick. And if you want to try a heart and mind coherence exercise, I love those. You can do that as well. I really love this one. All you do is you take 5 slow breaths and you bring your awareness to your heart. I usually do really well to just place my hand there. And then most of the time I'll place the other hand on my lower abdomen so that I can make sure that I'm breathing all the way down deep into my belly. Or if it suits you better, you can go ahead and put that other hand on your third eye so that you really are feeling the connection between these two. And you just close your eyes and you take 5 slow breaths. Try to breathe in, or try to exhale longer than your breath in. So maybe breathe in for 4, exhale for 6. Sometimes I will breathe in for 4 and hold it at the top and then slowly exhale for 8. That's actually my favorite. So when you do this, you can set a simple intention. I'm here, I'm present, I'm here to serve, and you're going to let everything else go. And if it helps, light a candle, smudge yourself with some sage or, whatever kind of smudge you have lying around. So let's just try that. we're going to put one hand over our heart and one hand over our third eye. And you're going to close your eyes and you're going to take in 5 slow breaths. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 8. So breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth, and set yourself a little intention. For me right now in this moment, it's just, I am present. If you did that with me, I hope that it felt lovely for you. I know it did for me. Just take that time. That didn't take long at all. And I can already feel like a totally different energy coursing through my veins right now. You know, just because energy can't be seen doesn't mean it can't be felt. And your presence is part of the service you provide. So I will leave you with that, and I will see you next week for the next one. Thank you. Bye.